Hello everyone, welcome to the fifth video in the recursion series. So the problem is replace all occurrences of pi with 3.14 in a given string. So in the input we will be given a string and we need to replace all the occurrences of pi by 3.14. So let's see how we can approach this problem. So in the input this string is given and the output, let's see what output is. So over here wherever we have pi, right, so pi is replaced by 3.14. Then we have 3 p's as it is, and then this pi is again replaced by 3.14, and then we have 3 i's, and then this pi is replaced by 3.14 again. So basically this was how we need to approach the do the conversion, right, input to output. Now usually in the previous questions what we did was we did recursion on arrays, right, and how we operate on array. Suppose we have this array. So how we do recursion on arrays? Basically we work on the 0th index and we ask recursion to do the work for the rest of the array. So recursion will do the work for the rest of the array and we'll only do the work for 0th index, right? So this was in the case of arrays. So now, and we know that for recursion we require these three steps, right? We need to think of base case, recursive call and small work. So the recursive call and small work are interchangeable, right? We can do the small work first and then we can do the recursive call, or we can do recursive call first and then we can do the small work. So that these two are interchangeable, right? Now this was in the case of array when we did work on 0th index and rest work is done for by recursion. Now how do we, and in this question we are given a string, right? So how we work on string? In how we do the recursive call, that means how we divide the input. Now it is same as that we did in array, right? What we do in string, we do the work on the 0th index and rest of the work is done by recursion. Same in the case of arrays. So basically what we'll do is, let's see this using this input. So if we divide this string like this and we do recursive call from index 1, recursion will do the work for us. So what recursion will return, I will be returned as it is, I will be as it is, right? Then we have p, then we again have p, then we have again p, and now this pi will be replaced by 3.14, and then we have I, two more i's, right, and then this pi will be replaced by 3.14. Now this recursion will give us, right, and we have a p at 0th index. So this is the recursion result, right? We did the recursive call give us this. Now we need to do our small work. So let's think how we can do the small work. Okay, so basically what we need to do in question, we have pi. Wherever we have pi, we need to convert it into 3.14. Now just pause the video and observe the difference between these two. What observations you can get? Okay, so let's see. In pi we have two characters, right? And in 3.14 we have four characters, 3, dot, 1 and 4. So basically when you have to replace pi with 3.14, you will require two more extra characters, right? How? Because pi was having two characters, right, and 3.14 has 4. So two extra characters are needed so that we can accommodate 3.14 in place of pi, right? Okay, so let's do one thing first. Let's do indexing for this. It's 0, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, dot will be 13, 14 and 15. Okay, now how we will do the how we will make two more spaces, right? How we will make two more spaces? so that we can accommodate 3.14, right? What we'll do is we need to make place over here, right? Over here we are at 0th index and we are making place over here. Earlier there are two characters, right? Two places, P and I. Now this P and I should be having 4 spaces, right? Where 3.14 will be placed. So what we'll do is we will move all these characters, right, 2 spaces ahead. 2 spaces ahead so that we can make space over here. Let's see how. So let us do indexing first. So I'll start from 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1 and 0. Okay. Now 4 was earlier at 15th index, right? Now we are moving it 2 more spaces ahead. So 15 plus 2, it will go over to 17th index. 1 was at 14, it will now go to 2 spaces ahead, which is 14 plus 2, 16. 16th index, 1. Similarly for dot, 3, right? Then I was at 11, 11 plus 2, 13, so it will go to 13th index. Similarly for rest of the i's. Over here. Then this I, as is at 9th index, it will go to 11th. Then this 4 was at 8th, it will go to 10th. Then 1 dot 3. Then this P was at 4th, it will now go to 6th index. Similarly with these two P's. And then we are over here. We'll do till, we'll just do till the second index, right? Now we have these two. And we have 4 spaces now. If you see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. Now at last what we'll do is, since we have moved, now we will store at 0 index, we will store 3. At 1 index we'll store dot. At 2 index we'll store 1. And at 3 index we'll store 4. So over here in these 4 places we will store 3 dot 1 4. So this was our small work. So in small work what we did was we moved, right? We moved all the characters. We moved all characters 2 spaces ahead. 2 spaces, right? And then at last we replaced the starting 4 spaces with 3.14. So this was our small work. So we did 2 of the steps from our 3 steps. We did the recursive call, in which we will pass from the first index to the end and it will do the work for us and we'll work on the 0th index. This was a recursive call. Small work was that we will shift to 2 spaces ahead so that we can make room for 4 characters. Earlier we had room for 2. We needed to make room for 4. So we moved 2 spaces to the right. And then base case is left. So what base case will be? So usually, right, 80% in string cases, the base case is that when you have the null character. So basically whenever in the character array, right, you will be given character array. So in character array at last you have a null character which shows that you have reached the end of string, right? So whenever this happens, whenever you encounter a null character, right, it means you have to just return. So this is our base case. So basically in other languages, whenever your like pointer reaches to the end of the string, right, then you can just simply return. So this could be the base case. In C++ we are given character arrays. So in character arrays we have null character at the end. So that is our base case, that whenever we reaches null character, we just need to return. So these were the 3 steps, right? Now let's see the code. I hope you understood the approach. So the code is very simple. We had a function replace in which we were given a character array input, right? It's a character array, and we called the replace helper function, so in which we pass the array, this input array, and the starting index. We are starting from first, right? We always start from the starting of the string, so that is the 0th index. We have passed that, and this is the replace helper function, and we have the character input and input array and the start, which is 0. So this is a base case, right? Whenever, if the start, like at the start, if we have the null character, just then return. Means suppose we are given like an empty string in the input. So in empty string, at the starting only we'll have the null character. So if the 0th index is null character, just return. Otherwise, this is the help. This is your recursive call. So we are making the recursive call. We call this function replace helper, in which we pass the string and we passed start plus 1. We started from the first index. Not, we didn't include the 0th index because we will be doing the small work on the 0th index. So this is now our small work. So in small work, what we are checking, first we are checking if the start is p and start plus 1 index is I, right? We discussed this over here, right? That if we will be checking these these conditions, right? That if start of p, start is p and the second index is I, then we need to replace it with 3.14. So then we'll run a loop, right? This loop will start from the end of the string and it will go till the second index, and every time at whatever is at ith index, it will move it to I plus 2. That means whatever, like over here we had 15th, right? We had 15, 4 at 15 index. Now it will move it to 15 plus 2, 17, right? And it was moved to 17th index. So I, whatever it is at I index will be move to I plus 2, right? And once this loop is executed, we will have 4 spaces now. So the starting we can fill with 3, then 0, then 1, and then 4, and we are done. So this is all our code. That's simple. This is base case, right? Then we did the recursive call, and then the small work which we need to do on the 0th index, that we need to do. And that's all. So I hope you understood the code and the logic also. If you have any doubt, please comment down. I'll be happy to answer. And if you like the video, please share and subscribe. Thank you.